Welcome to Hell, or Hernando's Hideaway, I'm sorry. We are here to do I don't know if you'd call it a haul or not, because we didn't get that much stuff, but we went took a road trip to Hell, Michigan, Saturday for Hearsefest, and we were wanting to show you what we got and tell you what we seen and all that good stuff. So this is one of their pamphlets, which is also their website. Go to hellmichigan.com, and they have like a souvenir store there. There's a saloon, and it's unusual by some people's standards, but not by ours. It was cool. And what do you have to say?
It was hot.
Yeah, I said it was cool, but yeah, it was hot too.
It was hot in hell.
Mm-hmm.
Very hot.
Yeah. And I got this shirt here. Hearsefest 2017. The last ride you'll ever need, it says. So, want me to show what I got first, or you want to go first?
We can do it simultaneously.
Okay. Well, when we went into, once we parked, we went into where the vendors was first, and we went back around the second time, but one of the vendors that was at the, sort of at the front, was this place here. It's called Sled Morgue, and I picked up this shirt. They had another shirt that I liked too, which is, the other shirt had that logo on it. And then there was this one, and Kat said she liked this one too.
Yeah, this was the better one out of my opinion.
And this one's two-sided, so the other one was only one-sided. What's that say? Bringing them back one body at a time. So sort of like an Elvis skull, and then it has like the Landau bars on it from a hearse. So that's something you can't buy at Walmart. And then you want to show something? You want to go back? Show something else?
Well, I got this bracelet. He got one too. His is, you didn't get yours.
I forgot. Yeah, mine glows in the dark.
His glows in the dark. But I got this bracelet.
That's the 6 foot.
And it has hearse on it right there.
What's it called? 6 foot under?
Yeah, this is 6footunder.com, and they had some really cool stuff there. This is the place that had the bones. Mm-hmm. And they have bone jewelry and necklaces and other knickknacks made out of real live human, well, not live, but real human bones.
Used to be alive.
And they had this really cool necklace, and it was this bone right there. It was that bone, and it was in like a little glass vial, and then on a chain, and I really wanted it. It wasn't that expensive. I just never went back and got it, because we kind of did a walk around the vendors and kind of scoped out what we truly wanted, and then we went back to those vendors and bought what we truly wanted instead of buying something at each and every vendor. Oh, I forgot my record.
Oh, where is it? You want to get it? You want me
I'll go get it.
Okay.
While you show something
Okay,
else.
and so while she's getting that, I'll show, I got this at a vendor. This was the name of the vendor. It's Sled. And it's Gearheads and Graveyards, deadsledbrand.com. And not to be confused with the other company that I showed earlier. And so they gave me this in my bag, and then I picked this out. It says Hearse, sort of like a takeoff of the Batman, original Batman logo. And then I got this shirt too. Thought this was really cool. Drag strip graveyard playset. Hot rod hauler. It says custom hearse with the exclusive hot rod hauler custom hearse. Race Dr. Frankenstein's automotive abominations. New from Dead Sled Toys. So I thought that was a cool shirt. They had quite a few shirts there, but that was the one I liked the best. Although there was a couple other ones that if I'd had more money to spend, I would have probably got those too. Okay.
Then I got this mirror. It's a coffin mirror.
Pretty cool.
And it came from this guy right here. Dark Cowboy Coffin Company. And this guy was really cool because not only did he have those mirrors, he had like different size tabletop coffin boxes. He had cornhole that looked like coffins.
And he had the little things to go with them too. Like
yeah, the bags. The bags that went with them had like Halloween type material. And they were really nice. They were $85 for 2 boards plus bags. And they were so nice.
I really like those handmade coffins though.
Yeah, he had...
I'd like to get one of those.
Next time, I think, if we go back or when we go back, we haven't really talked about it, but if he's there or if I see him at one of our conventions that we go to, I definitely would like to get one of the coffins.
Mm-hmm.
But the mirror that I got was not expensive at all. It was pretty reasonably priced, and he makes all that stuff by hand. The one that I really wanted was really cool, because like I said, we walked through and then we went back, but he had charcoal burnt the wood and then made the mirror, the frame for the mirror out of the charcoal wood, and it was black. It was so cool, and I really wanted it, and he only had one, and I should have bought it when I seen it, but I was like, I'm just going to come back because I don't know what anybody else has.
It was a little bit bigger than that one, wasn't it?
Oh, no, it was the same size.
Was it? I was thinking it was a little bit bigger.
So, I decided just to come back and get it once I'd seen what everybody else had. And when I went back, it was gone. But that's okay, because I got this one, and I mean, I just like it. I mean, this one's just as good. And, so, yeah.
So there it is. And then, we walked around and around and around, and it was so hot. And there was a lot of people there. I mean, I think they said someone posted on Facebook, this was the biggest and the best turnout that they'd had yet. And I think it was the 15th annual or 12th annual.
16th, I thought.
Was it? And so we went to the gift shop they had there, which was, what was the name of that place?
Screams.
Was it this place here? Yeah.
Yeah.
Screams, Ice Cream, and Souvenir. And then there's the other side. It says, exit visa entitles the bearer safe passage through Hell, Michigan. But this is on Patterson Lake Road in Hell, Michigan. And they have a Facebook. There's the Facebook. Go to hellmichigan.com. And I got this coffee mug. They had different colors. I was trying to decide if I wanted the red one or the black one. And they also had a green one. It says Coffee from Hell. What?
No, I was going to say they had a green one.
Mm-hmm. So I got that, and then you bought.
And I got this little ghosty. He's just like one of those little rubber ducky type things.
From the Souvenir Shop.
I got it at the same place where he bought that mug. But I just couldn't help it. It was so cute. And I don't know, I'm just into ghosties right now. Like everything I bought this year for Halloween, it's pretty much been ghosties.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I don't know, I just think he's really cute.
You don't see one every day carrying a lantern.
I think I'm going to name him Ernest.
Sure, why not? He don't have a name, does he? What's on the bottom?
It just says Good View.
Good Views the company.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Look at his little mouth. Looks like a belly button or something.
He's a scared ghost. Okay, so next. Always pick up a lot of free stuff when I go somewhere because I just can't help it. And they had these. I don't remember where these were. Fear Finder, Michigan's scariest places. Now, a lot of these places in here I will not go to, even if they were closer, because I don't like haunted houses, and a lot of people would probably be surprised that I don't like haunted houses. There was a few things in here. I don't remember what I mentioned to you. There was a couple things that sounded like it'd be fun that wasn't. Oh, it was this bat zone here.
Yeah.
Michigan's premier nocturnal animal sanctuary, where you get to see bats and experience. That'd be really cool. I'd like to do that, but
Let's put it this way. He likes the things that are in haunted houses. He just doesn't like the element of surprise.
right. Yeah, because I don't have any control over that stuff, so you never know who's going to jump out and win, and I'm just not into it. And then you bought.
Then I got from Heather Schilling. In a past video on my channel, one of the horror hound conventions that we went to, I picked up some of her artwork. Excuse me there. And she was there again this time. She was at Hellfest, and I picked up this picture that she does. And this is like that,
It's like an etching.
it's, yeah, kind of like an etching.
It says on the card what it is.
Scratchboard illustrations is what it is.
Cool.
It's really cool. This time I only picked up a small one, where the last time I picked up an 8x10. But that's okay, because this one was really cool. I don't know, I just was really drawn to this picture.
Well, all of her artwork is really good, though. There was a lot of them there that I liked.
She has a lot of good...
Does she have an Etsy, or is it a Facebook page?
She has a Facebook page. Yeah.
But yeah, the one you bought last time is hanging on her bedroom, and
it's a skeleton too, and he's playing a fiddle, and he's got his leg propped up on a rock in a graveyard, and there's a whole moon scene and tombs, and it's really cool, and I like that one too. But this one I was really drawn to this time. It's almost like she's the skeleton queen or something.
There's a rabbit in the corner there.
Yeah. And she's got her hand up, and there's a raven going to her hand, and I don't know, she's just really pretty, so
we like that stuff.
I thought that's cool, so this is another picture I need to buy a frame for.
And then
I got from, oh golly, this place. God, this coffee smells really good.
Deadly Grounds Coffee.
They had, I don't know, 5 or 6 different types of coffee.
They were selling their coffee out of their hearse that they drove from Connecticut, is where they're from, I think it says.
I bought this Dragula dark roast. It's got a picture of Eddie Munster on the front with the Dragula.
That's pretty cool.
And normally I call the Dragula Draculora.
And I got a coffee mug from the same vendor, Deadly Grounds Coffee. GetDeadly.com is the website. And we fixed some of this. We had some yesterday, and
it smells really, really good in the bag.
With different coffee, good. You sort of have to make it a little more, a little less, depending on the strong element of the coffee. This is dark roast, and it was pretty strong. I mean, I made it like I would normally make it, and it was a little too much. So the next batch that I made it a little weaker, but you still said
it was still strong.
I thought it was fine, but
I think he needs to make it just a tad bit less coffee, a little bit weaker.
The good thing about strong coffee is you don't use as much of it, so it'll last you a little bit longer. So is that all that you brought?
No.
Okay, she's got more.
So then one of the vendors had a small box of records.
That was the Rock and Rummage, wasn't it?
Yeah. And seeing this is the vinyl community, we had to show a record, right? So I did buy a record. I bought the Munsters, and I about flipped out when I saw this record.
She just censored herself.
I did censor myself. I really, 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 really about flipped out when I saw this record.
And so did I, but she got to it before I did.
And, I mean, the sleeve isn't in the best condition. It's ripped back here.
But hey.
And the record is in fair condition. It does have some scratches on it. It needs to be cleaned.
Mm-hmm. But I've never seen this record. We've seen another Munsters record at a record show. But I don't think I've ever seen this one. I don't mean in person, but just in general. I wasn't aware that it existed. It's
a golden record. And
which is strange.
Which is kind of like golden books, basically. And what it is At Home with the Munsters. And the tracks on here, I'm going to read you what they are because there's 15 tracks. But they're really kind of cute. So their first track is At the Munsters. The second track is Herman Says Hello. The third track is It Takes All Kinds of People. Fourth track, Everyone is Welcome. The fifth track, Meet Our Pets. We all know what their pets are. Sixth track, Meet Grandpa. Seventh track, Grandpa's Lab. Eighth track, Eddie. The ninth track, I Wish Everyone Was Born This Way. And no, that's not Lady Gaga's song. Number 10, Marilyn, When Will I Find a Boy Like Me? Number 11 is Nice to Know, or Nice of You to Drop In, At the Munsters, the reprise version. Number 12 is Herman's Favorite Story. 13, Lily's Favorite Story. 14, Grandpa's Favorite Recipe. And the 15th track is Final Theme. So basically what this is different. It's not music.
It's like an episode.
It's like...
without being an episode.
Yeah. So...
pretty cool.
It's really cool.
And it was a really good price.
Yeah, I only paid $4 for this.
So, you know, that's to me, that's just, I mean, they could have just gave it to us. It was, I would have paid a lot more for it.
Yeah, I mean,
but
the fact that it's the Munsters, obviously it's already worth a little bit more than $4.
At least to us.
But yeah, I mean, it's not a typical musical record, so that kind of makes the price a little more too in my book. But yeah, it was really cool, so I was like, yeah, that's coming home with me.
You'll leave that in my stack of records down here, right?
No, I'm not.
Put it right here so you'll remember.
So then the last thing I got was one of his birthday presents, which is coming up in the next probably about 3 weeks.
It's in October.
And he knows what it is because he was with me when I bought it, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to show something he hasn't seen.
I just can't have it yet.
He just can't have it yet. So I bought Count Chocula, Blueberry, and Frankenberry.
Those are cool. Very cool.
So yeah.
And the artist autographed them.
Yeah, the artist autographed each one of these for him and told him happy birthday.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's really cool that you can buy art from the artist and then they autograph it and you actually see who did the art. I think that's one of the big things that I like about these places. The art that she bought here from Heather and the art that she bought for my birthday. So you want to talk a little bit about the Hearsefest?
Sure. So when we got at Hearsefest, I mean, it was our first time there, so we were kind of like not knowing what to expect. Um, it was, I think the worst part of it for me, besides the heat, was the parking, because you parked along these dirt roads, and it was very hard to get in and get out. People were walking and cars were trying to drive to find a parking spot. Hold on just one second. Phantom. Thank you. Um, so that was the worst part to me. But once we got in, they had like this, the first thing you saw was they have this little bridge. It's called the Gateway of Love or something like that. It's in that little pamphlet.
It was called the Bridge of something.
And basically what that was this bridge that people,
right there.
Yeah, Locks of Love Bridge is what it's called. And people put locks on it.
It says, lock your love in hell for all eternity on your infamous bridge with other damned lovers.
So that's what you saw when you walked in. And then they had a few vendors. And then they had this little tiny chapel. It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
And it says, and basically it was like a storage shed, that size of a little tiny chapel. And they had a few chairs in there and a podium. And people could actually really get married in there.
2 people got married there.
2 couples got married while we were there. Which was fun to watch. Then there was a lot of vendors there.
These.
We went into they had this one thing that I thought was really cool. They had these people that were grilling hamburgers and hot dogs, and the grills were set, like these were custom made grills. They were set inside coffins. So they had the tops of the coffins opened and the grill was on the inside. Real coffins.
I don't have my phone or I'd show a picture, but
it was really cool. That was really cool.
But if you go to this channel, my other videos before this one, I posted a bunch of videos, and go to both of our Facebooks. We have a bunch of pictures.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, besides the heat, I thought it was a really great event. It was really cool to see the different hearses, the different types of hearses, different years, different colors, how people decided to soup theirs up versus some people just decided to keep them classic. You had some that were real rustic looking, and some that were, oh my God, out of this world. Mm-hmm. The one that comes to mind is there was this silver one there, and it had Lamborghini doors on the front. So it didn't open like a normal car door would open like this. It raised up like a Lamborghini door. And then he had the pipes for the engine coming out of the front on the hood. And then he had customized inside with white leather. And then in the very back where the casket would normally go, he had a speaker the size of a casket.
Like a custom, one of those boxes people put in their back seat, but it was a custom
like a
one.
thumper.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my God, this is not a normal hearse.
Yeah, that was the most elaborate one, I think.
Well,
that was custom, but there was some other ones that were pretty elaborate in different ways.
Yeah. There was one that they turned into a limousine.
Mm-hmm.
There was a hearse they turned into a limousine. And then there was a white one that someone had actually customized with wood floor, like real wood floor, not laminate flooring, but real wood floor in the back. And then they had built like a little lounge area with a bar and a couch. And So yeah, there was some that were really customized, but then there were some that were just really classic. Like we saw this black one that we both like totally fell in love
Yeah,
with,
it was a '59 Cadillac,
and it was so beautiful. It was just so beautiful.
completely pristine, not a dent, not a mark on it at all.
Mm-mm.
And
No
a
rust or
lot of
anything.
those were a lot of those had been pretty pristine. You can tell they keep them in a
Right.
garage, probably covered up. A lot of
Yeah,
them.
they were definitely car shows and not everyday or weekend type cars. They were
And then
definitely show cars.
some of them, it looked like that they might have found them in a barn and for like setting in the barn for years and years and years, and then just that's the way it looks. They didn't do a thing to them.
Right.
It was hard to tell if that was really the way it was or if they made them look that way, like a rat rod type thing. There was a couple that sort of looked like that they customized it, but in a rat rod style.
Yeah, and then I noticed that a lot, like almost every single hearse that was there, not all of them, but almost every single one, had some type of coffin or um, display coming out of the back of their hearse.
Skeletons and stuff.
Or, yeah, whatever. Then there was a guy there who had like this tiny little coffin car.
And I got in it.
That Brenton got in and got his picture made with. And there were
That guy that was
quite a few
talking to us
vendors.
about getting in a coffin.
Oh yeah, there was this guy there. I didn't get his name.
I don't know if he said his name or not.
But he was a very peculiar character.
Very nice though.
He was extremely nice and talked to us for quite some time.
We like peculiar.
Yeah, we do like peculiar. He talked to us for a little bit. Tried to convince me to get in the coffin, and I was like, no, that's not happening.
She's claustrophobic.
I'm claustrophobic. And he was like, well, I'll keep it open. And I was like, I'm still not getting in it. And
I'm surprised I didn't get in it, really. I mean, if it had been free, I probably would have.
yeah, he was charging to get your picture made inside a coffin. And I was like, yeah, that's not something I'm going to do.
But there was a few coffins. There was a few hearses there for sale, and if I'd had plenty of money to just shell out, I would have been driving one back, for sure. Because some of those that they had for sale was the type that I want. It's like the classic Cadillac, like from the 70s, I guess it was. Some of those.
He definitely was in heaven at this.
It was awesome.
At this convention or car show, whatever you want to call it.
Hearsefest.
Hearsefest. It was actually Hellfest.
No, it was Hearsefest.
Was it?
Hearsefest in Hell, Michigan.
Okay.
Hellfest is a festival over there in Europe somewhere that's rock bands.
Oh, okay.
We had that conversation, remember?
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, it was a good time.
Check out my videos, and she's got some stuff she's going to edit together for a video on her channel, I'm assuming. Is that true?
I'm going to try.
And hey, if you ever get a chance to go to hell, you should go.
If it was just a little bit cooler, it would have been a perfect day. It was just so blaming hot.
You know, what do you expect?
I mean, yeah, you are in hell. I mean, what do you expect?
So, this video is like almost 30 minutes long, so I guess we ought to let everybody go back to their normal viewing routine as you were type life. So we'll see you in the next video, or I will, she will, one of us. And thanks for watching, subscribing, blah, blah, blah. And yeah.